Now I can't even throw from here to there though, by the way. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit. Everybody knows about State Farm. I obviously do the commercial and the business side, but I just want to talk a little bit about my agency, my team, and then just some advantages on our business, our basic business policy over the competitors. And then we'll have some time for questions. So at the bottom there on the first page, you have my mission statement. So my mission statement basically for the agency talks about getting what our clients need, really determining what their needs are and selling them products that they need versus selling them things that are going to make us more money, right? So that's a big part of my agency, is not just looking for ways to make more money, but really tailoring the policy to what the clients need. The other thing it talks about is the remarkable experience that our customers get. For me, the most important thing, everybody when they have a new customer treats them like loyalty, right? Hey, come on in, we want your business, thank you so much. And then as soon as they're an existing customer, it's like, oh, you called, you have a problem, we'll get back to you. So one thing we focus on in my agency with my team is to give that experience to our existing customers as well. If they call them with a claim, a problem, just to make a payment, that they get treated the same, they get the same smile, the same attitude, the same energy from my team and myself as our new clients do. So that shouldn't change. So if any of you guys that have already helped have that, please let me know if you're not getting that same service once you're an existing customer. My team, just a little bit, I got 4 team members. With a lot of different experience. A lot of them have sales and service experience with customers, so they're really good on the phones. They can talk to the clients that you guys refer. Tessa has the most experience with State Farm. She has even more than me. She's been with another agent, so I share her part-time. She does a lot of my underwriting stuff, just a lot of the day-to-day operations. And then I have 3 salespeople who do a lot of my cold calls. They go out on the streets, they go to businesses, and they generate new prospects. They all speak Spanish, so that's huge. Obviously, we live in California, so that's really important. And we don't discriminate any cities or anything like that. So we go all the way up to, we have clients in Northern California, we have clients all the way down to San Diego, all the way through all the counties. Because pretty much we can do everything via the phone these days and internet. We don't have to take a lot of time or have hard signatures with the customer. We do have to take photos, but we have a company that will go out if it's too far, like Northern California, and take photos of the business. So we can pretty much do business in the state of California. Convenience is one of our other big things for my agency. We're all mobile. We don't have regular computers. We only have laptops at our agency, so that my team can go to the client, make sure that things are convenient for them, sign them up at their business, answer any questions they have. And then more importantly, when they're not at work, if a client needs something, they can go on the computer at home. They're available on the weekends. They're mobile, so full access and just a lot of convenience for your clients that you refer. I also am assigned a business underwriting specialist that really goes out and will underwrite a business. And Stephanie had this already happen where I had to go through her to get it underwritten first. So I said, let's wait on the payment because my underwriter's going to check it out, because I have a feeling things are going to change because our underwriters look at the file after we sign people up. So she is able to kind of pre-underwrite the file to make sure that there's not going to be any changes after they pay, because then I look like I'm just trying to get more money and we do like a bait and switch on them. So it's a huge advantage to have. She'll go out to the property, she'll make sure she sees everything that we need to see, and she'll tell me this is going to cost you more. Actually, you can get a discount here. So she's really important to our business that way. On the next page there, some of the Critchfield agency and State Farm benefits, right? State Farm does its own branding. You guys know State Farm. So some of the things that we do in our own agency, the one thing you get with State Farm, the one thing you get in my agency is you get a live person, right? When your clients have a problem or you have an issue, you call our office, you get to speak to somebody. Not like some of the other competitors where you have to call and you get an automated system, you gotta press all these different numbers. So we're there from 9 to 6. When we're not there, our cell phone numbers are on all of our business cards, so we're available nights and weekends. And then we have a 24-hour dedicated line with State Farm where you can call in, still speak to a live person. Anything you do that evening, we get an alert the next day, and then we follow up and we take care of the client. What else? Again, per our mission statement, one of the other advantages, we do go through your policy to make sure we find any gaps. More importantly, if you're overinsured, I find a lot when I'm looking at a lot of existing policies, a lot of companies like to give way too much building coverage on the property. And they're only going to give you what it really costs to rebuild. So we take the average cost of construction on that building and we give you a little bit more than that, but you're only going to get what it costs to rebuild the building. So they can say they're going to give you $700,000, but if it only costs $300,000, that's all you're getting. But you're paying for $700,000 worth of coverage. So we review that, we make recommendations. A lot of times we're saving you money. Sometimes we do find some gaps though where you might be exposed or not as protected as you should be. And then we'll make recommendations to up in certain areas there as well. So that's one of the other advantages. As far as our business policy, the biggest two advantages from our business policy against our competitors, because they're pretty much apples to apples until you get to these two things. The biggest one is loss of income. So the business owners, income is the most important thing, right? And paying our people. Those are the two most important things, right? Or you don't have business. Questions you want to look for in your existing policy or ask your insurance agent if you're getting another policy is, does your policy cap loss of income or dollar amount or time frame? So if something does happen and you guys have to be out of business for 2 months, what kind of loss of income am I going to get from that policy? So a lot of the other carriers have 6-month time frame cap, and they have a percentage of the income that you lost that they'll reimburse you for. Our policy gives you full reimbursement, actual value of what you lost in income, and we give you for up to a year. So if they're renovating, if they have to redo the whole building for a whole year, we're going to give you that income through the policy. Does their loss of income benefits have a waiting period? That's the other thing. When you sign up, a lot of times they make you wait 3 to 6 months before you're eligible for loss of income. Ours takes effect the first day that you're binded, so there is no waiting period there. And sometimes they'll also make you wait for the money until everything's closed. We pay you monthly because you got to run your business. You need the income. You depend on that income every month, so we pay you. And then at the end, if we need to square up, then we'll figure that out at the end. The other big piece of the business policy is the property damage legal liability. So most of us that own businesses are tenants in a building. We don't own the building. So if something happens in our building, in our office itself, and it damages the rest of the building, then you're liable for that as a tenant. So a lot of these other policies only cover about 50 to 100,000 of that. Ours covers up to 300,000, and it also covers the business personal property that you damage. If somebody has printers, computers, it'll cover that as well, which a lot of the other policies don't. And then it will also cover legal fees if necessary. So a lot of times it'll cover the lawyer and the defense fees and stuff like that. So those are the two biggest things for our policy. I only have a few more minutes, so I just wanted to really open it up for questions. I know it was kind of quick. And of course, no visitors come when I present. Questions?
Yeah. On your lost income insurance, does it include average distributions or is it just what?
Average distributions?
Well, like I take distributions at the end of the year. So if I couldn't work, are you only insuring what I pay on my?
Insuring the net or the gross?
I'm insuring the gross. Yeah, gross income.
And the second is, do you guys offer, you guys do?
Yes,
policies?
we do. Yeah. And E&O is air and emissions, for people who don't know. We also offer the D&O, the directors and officers insurance as well. So it covers the officers in the company from any weird stuff that happens.
My wife has some payment about leach.
Right? That's it?
Well, just
Go ahead, Frank.
I was just curious. David was talking this morning about his office got looted the other day. Those kind of policies are valuable. I had experience years ago where they came through my office and grabbed all that time. Fortunately, they didn't grab the server. But State Farm came in, and I got the latest edition of that computer that I lost, so that was a win. I got an upgrade.
Yeah, vandalism, all that's included.
Yeah.
So I should have said I lost something.
Well, no.
So what is your ideal referral and why?
So a good referral, and I had it on here. Thank you for reminding me. A good referral for me, just because I talked about the business policies, are really good referrals. And like I said earlier, anybody that's opening a business, our business office policy is probably the most competitive. We're pretty competitive in workers' comp, so just getting the business going. Anybody that is in any kind of restaurant business that is, like I give you an example. I did a sushi poke bar those things are popping up everywhere, right? So when we originally quoted the policy from restaurant, it was really high, and he brought his quote in, and it was really high. I was like, wow, this is simple, like they're not even cooking. Like, so I worked with my business underwriter, and she looked at it and said, listen, there's no ovens here, there's really no cooking, so let's write this as a deli, and we were able to save him half. We cut his premium in half. So, 1 minute. So really a good referral would be anybody that really doesn't know about insurance, that's starting a business and just needs something basic, and we can help with that.
Real quick, I have a friend that has that mobile game lounge. How would that apply? Or is that
Which one?
'cause it's a mobile game lounge, so it's still a business.
Yeah.
And it's a
Is it a trailer?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is that something that they could come to you to?
Yeah, I don't see, I mean, the
manage?
thing,
I don't know how that would
there's,
go.
real quick, I know I have a minute, there's 3 things that are really tricky with State Farm, and I always tell people, if it's fun, we probably don't insure it.
Okay.
If it has to do with kids, we probably don't insure it, and it has to do with old people, we don't insure it. Because there's just a lot of liability. And,
So in other words, you guys don't do insurance. Fun kids, old people.
Right, so that would be right in the middle there, because it's fun, but I don't see, I think that would be okay. But we definitely would be able to insure the trailer if we would count it as a property, but I'd have to check to see what kind of, we always try to find out all the risks that are
What
involved.
position did you play?
I was a pitcher and I played shortstop.
Wow.
All right.
Thank you.